Guys, listen to this. As we're discussing the possibility, the sheriff's statement of targeted kidnapping and the possibility that somebody understanding, I mean, it could have just been about Nancy Guthrie, but the odds are it had something to do with the rich daughter. I mean, I think that's probably the smarter bet. Fox News reporting, this is the headline. Internet user, they don't know who, searched for Nancy Guthrie's address and daughter's salary before Today host's mother vanished. This is literally breaking after the discussion we just had. It's crazy. I don't know how you can tell this. Fox News is citing Google Trends. An internet user appears to have searched for Nancy Guthrie's home address in the weeks prior to her suspected abduction, Google Trends shows. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual seen. They're talking about the guy, 5'9", 5'10", with the Ozark Trail hiker backpack. Other identifying items. Hold on, read more. Fox News Digital has learned that mysterious Google searches for Nancy's address and Savannah's salary occurred before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly where the search came from. The address was searched again once on January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that the sheriff's office is asking people to check their Ring cameras for. This is getting creepy. The January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the Ring camera app. Yeah, he's this guy's in my head. Let's see. A Pima County Sheriff's Department captain replied to the post asking users to look for the verified post. Okay, The man questioned. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading live. Where's the part about him searching
pre-offense behavior? We talked about this week.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, stand by. My crack producers texted it to me. They can read faster than I can. There were two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three from you here. There were also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One, again, sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. Oh, Google image searches, guys. Google image searches, in addition to like just typing in the Google search bar. Okay, also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One was sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. The other was between November 30th and December 1st, 2025, specifically looking for images or a map of the home. In addition to the address, in the days leading up to Nancy's disappearance, quote, Savannah Guthrie's salary was searched from Tucson sometime between December 13th and 20th. For comparison, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, who grew up in New York City, generated one search for Anderson Cooper's salary in the New York City area between March 29th and April 5th. Fox News' Sean Hannity also grew up in New York, and Sean Hannity's salary was searched once between May 3rd and 10th, 2025. Whoa. What do you make of this?
Yeah, we've been talking about this since the beginning. Victimology, about our victim, all the family members, friends of family members, but then going to the offender himself. What were they doing in the weeks, if not months beforehand? One of them is obsessive, internet interest and usage, and who's looking up the parties here involved in this particular case. And of course, that includes starting to buy materials, backpacks, ropes, all these things, the Uncle Mike holster, whatever's in there. But it's no surprise to me at all, as we said earlier, and my partner and I are going to put out on our Cold Red podcast later today, the full profile of this person. The pre-offense behavior includes this type of activity. And if anyone knows the person, and their computer has those images locked in there somehow, or a search history, that's a person we want to talk to, and the tip line should be called.
Yes. What do you think, Will?
Well, I think this is an absolute treasure trove. I mean, as Fitz said, this is the advanced reconnaissance. This is the research that's done in advance on a potential prospect. So I think there's going to be some reverse engineering against the IP address, which Google no doubt will be able to attribute to those searches to actually see any other history, any other IP associated data searches that have been undertaken throughout this period from 2025 right up until obviously the date of the incident itself. So yeah, this is a very useful bit of a lead that can be now hunted through, and with Google's assistance, that they could be obviously warranted or subpoenaed to assist them on this. And ultimately, this is the sort of thing that Google would love to, no doubt, to be able to assist them with.
I mean, so you've got, I'm just trying to go through the timeline here. So you've got November 30, between November 30th and December 1st, someone searched for an image of Nancy's home. On January 11th, someone searched for Nancy's address and had also searched on June 21st, between the 21st and the 28th. So in the summer of 25, they searched for Nancy's address. Then again, 2 weeks before the kidnapping. On March 1st and 8th, between March 1st and 8th, they searched for images of Nancy's home. And then again on November 30th and December 1st. Again, now we're coming up to within 2 months of the kidnapping.
Yeah.
And then on December 13th, between December 13th and December 20th, somebody searched for Savannah's salary. Now, I will say this, as a news person, they often search for your salary.
Right.
Like, I've seen that because there's all sorts of speculation online about what my salary is, what all news persons' salaries are. By the way, they're like incredibly off, like so off every time. They never get it. There's a whole video on YouTube about my lavish lifestyle. I'm like, oh, let's see. What do they have? Like, literally nothing in there is mine. Not the house, not the car, like nothing. I'm like, okay. It's all fake, but
it's good they're getting them wrong. It's good they're getting it wrong.
Yes.
It's very good. Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, things are made up. So, but I'm just saying it may not be as exciting as we think that they search for Savannah's salary, because they do that when you're a public figure. But it's just it's very eerie to see they searched for that. And within 2 weeks of that, they were searching for images of Nancy's home. And within 3 weeks of that, they were searching for Nancy's address. Now, we don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
But if these searches come back to the same person, Maureen.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if they can actually join the dots together, and if it can be attributed to the same IP address for those searches, albeit in those different periods, that falls into what we'd call a traditional planning cycle or attack planning cycle. So, there will be the selection of the potential prospect to kidnap, if it was indeed a kidnap. They would then revisit, they'd look at that site again, see if there was any changes, see if there was any alterations. Certainly but I wouldn't have discounted, which is why all these Ring and Nest cameras of neighbors is going to be so essential to see if there's any repeated behavior. I mean, in the small area that she lives in, Nancy lives in, there will be a very easy pattern of the vehicles associated to the residents in that area. Any other vehicles other than delivery vehicles, if they're privately owned, will be very easy to identify, whether they be, vans, trucks, whatever it might be.
Especially at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Why? Yes. Why would they be, and I don't know, in what I just quickly read, they didn't source this to law enforcement. So it's possible they say Fox News has learned. Okay, so it is sourced to law enforcement, because there's nobody else who's calling Fox to tell them that they did this. They learned
it's
this.
Probably part of that public-private.
Law enforcement, why would law enforcement want us to know this?
Well, first of all, it's a big lead. Secondly, they're not driving by this house in June and on these other dates well in advance of the abduction with masks on or at nighttime. So, I mean, I just think it would be fantastic if one of these clowns got a ticket on one of the speeding cameras, because the speeding cameras don't record, but they do take your photo when you're driving through and that light goes off. And boy, wouldn't that be a bonanza of a tip?
or a Tesla camera, or the neighbor. Maybe that's what they're doing with the neighbor's Ring cam. Maybe it's not even about they already checked that one perhaps for the night she disappeared. Maybe they're going back to see whether anybody did a drive-by
The daylight.
on any of these dates.
Exactly.
Daylight stuff.
which they still should have done weeks ago, but that's okay.
Yeah.
International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There is a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it is a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.